Hi everyone, I hope you have watched my previous videos. Some of them have been a little harsh and stern because I really wanted you to understand um, that it is your duty and your responsibility to take care of your life. So this video is about the inner child therapy, the thing that I'm supposed to teach. And also I realized that it is kind of difficult for people to understand the inner child if they don't have a background to energy healing. So as we go along, I will try and explain as much as it is possible about energy healing, or maybe I finally come up with a completely different set of series or set of videos where I would explain energy healing and trying and teaching you. Now, why is it important to understand energy healing? Because we are three-dimensional beings, and even inner child therapy operates at the same three dimensions. We cannot heal any aspect of us separately, because the energy that we are communicates with the universal energy, and also it is a collective of our mind, emotions, body, and our spiritual being. So it is really impossible to exclude your mind and say, okay, I will only heal mentally, but I will not process my emotions, or I will want to heal my body, but I do not want to understand what caused my body to go through this pain. We want to really work on ourselves at a deeper level and heal ourselves from that point of view. So before I get into an inner child, let's understand the difference between the energy healing and metaphysical therapy. Energy healings are modalities, and there are many of them, like pranic healing, theta healing, Reiki, and things like that. And metaphysical therapies are like inner child, shadow work, gestalt, past life regression, family constellation, soul macrocosm drama, and all of those stuff. So when we are doing energy healing, we are working with our own energy system to bring our energy system to a level that the universal energy and our energy system can communicate easily. How the universal energy communicates with us is through a system called the chakra system. So every person has a protective shield called aura, which is basically your personal space of information. All the things you gather, you pick up, you absorb, all the things you want to remove, those parts of the information, the wisdom, how you feel, which state of mind you are in, has created a kind of a personal energy system. Let's say like how we have the orbit of the earth. So we all have an orbit, and that orbit is actually saving our very, very personal information. However, it is an exchange because energy cannot be really contained. So we are continuously emoting things, and we are also receiving things. We are absorbing things, and we are holding on the things that are matching our frequency. And then we also have an energy system, because the universal energy is formless. It is just pure energy, and now that pure energy has to communicate with this dense body in a way that every information that comes can be processed, can be used, can be utilized, and then applied for the well-being of this system, which includes the body, the mind, and the spirit. So this is the three dimensions of who we are: the mind, the body, and the spirit. And the mind has in itself two parts, like the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, and also a part of the mind which filters the information when the information is moving from the conscious mind, from the time you receive the information as per your perception, and then in the same manner it allows it to go to the subconscious level of the mind. We have access to the conscious mind to some extent. In fact, if we don't take charge of our mind, the mind is continuously controlling us. So I would say we don't have access to it, but it is kind of overpowered us. To the subconscious mind, we don't have access. Now, when we are working at an energy level and trying to heal someone through energy work, we are trying to remove the blocks that have been created at the energy system, and we are opening the windows or gateways and we are trying to remove the dust and make a cleaner space so that the universal intellect or intelligence or energy, or prana, life force, whatever you want to call it, can communicate and can give you information which you can use for your well-being. When we are working at a metaphysical level, or what we call metaphysical therapy, we are working with the aspect of you which is unknown to you, but it is within your own subconscious mind, and you can actually now differentiate between what automated programming is running your life. You will be able to see that, identify it, acknowledge it, and need be change it. Whereas at the energy level, we are not able to tap into the root cause of the problem. We don't know what has caused what we are going through. We are just actually addressing the symptom. Now, inner child being a metaphysical therapy is actually a process of going and understanding what has caused the belief system that is creating the patterns through which I'm having this kind of an experience, sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant experiences. And when we talk about inner child, we are not even talking about the time of conception. We are not talking about when the child is in the womb or when the child is born. We are talking about the beginning of inception, which means when the parents at some point thought of even having a child, and that desire was communicated and expressed to the universe, the souls who were waiting to come down to earth, they started getting ready. And then one soul which will match the frequency and the purpose of these parents the most will be able to actually enter the womb after taking its own time. So the inception of an idea of having a child, and then at conception there would be a soul which would be finally deciding that these are my parents. So you as a child choose your parents, and it's not the other way around. The parents only want to have a child and not per se you. You are choosing them in specific because at the other level, you understand this is what you want. You may want to watch my video about how do we choose our parents on YouTube. That will help you maybe understand this part a little better. It's in more details. Once the soul decides, it takes about 40 days at the physical reality level for the soul to sit down with its guides and go through the plan and understand why is he going or she going to do this, and what are the parameters, characters, the trigger points, past life baggages, the characteristics of the parents, what can they offer in terms of depth and also in terms of potential to the soul. So once this is decided, at 40 days of pregnancy, the soul starts to descend in the womb so that it can ascend through the life on earth. And from that point of inception, actually what we call inner child has already started. So inner child is a terminology we use to address the entire existence of a soul on earth from the time parents even thought of having a child to even 2 minutes before the therapist and the clients sat together to discuss the challenge at hand. Stay with this information, and in the next video, we will be going a little deeper. We will be slowly understanding how this works. I would recommend you have a journal, you have an accountability partner and a friend or someone with whom you can go through this process that I'm trying to teach here. It will help you greatly. Have a blessed day.